We are going to read again A Protected Place by Elizabeth Sengel. Remember, this is a nonfiction text. It's a science article, so it's going to give us facts about a topic in nature. Remember, the text features that we're looking at are photographs with captions. So here we go. The first time we read it, we talked about setting a purpose, find out about a rainforest in Africa. So that's what this passage is about, is we're going to find out about a rainforest in Africa. A special place. The Okapi Reserve is an amazing place full of amazing plants. It is in the northeastern corner of Congo and is part of a tropical rainforest called the Ituri Forest. The reserve covers 5,200 square miles of land. If you flew over the reserve in a plane, all you would see is a thick green cover, but plant life fills the forest from top to bottom. From top to bottom, it is a tangle of roots, branches, and leaves. The forest is so dense that very little sunlight seeps in. So remember, dense means it has a lot of plants, and seeps in means enter. So before you move on, we are going to make sure that you have your worksheet. It looks something like this. Make sure that you have it ready to go. The first question is, I want you to give me 2 details about the Okapi Reserve that support the idea that it's an amazing environment. So we're saying, oh, the Okapi Reserve is an amazing place full of amazing plants. I want you to give me 2 details that support this idea that it's an amazing place. So from this text, give me 2 details. Then number 2 on your paper, make inferences. What would the environment of the Okapi Reserve be like? I want you to provide details. What would it be like? Look at this page again if you need some help. Pause the video and answer the question. A variety of plants. One amazing thing about the Okapi Reserve is its diversity of plants. There are hundreds of native species of plants in the reserve, so different kinds of plants. Vines dangle or hang from the trees. The leaves of giant ferns curve like dinosaur tails. Tall trees reach toward the sky and make a roof with their thick leaves. The purpose of the reserve. The Okapi Reserve was created in 1992. The purpose of the reserve is to protect the rich diversity of plants and animals. The reserve's name comes from one of those animals, the okapi. This strange-looking animal has the stripes of a zebra and the neck of a horse. But guess what? It's related, or it belongs to, the giraffe family. So now we're going to answer another question. Get ready to pause the video. We're going to use text features. How do the photographs help you understand the text? How do these photographs help you understand the text? Pause the video and answer question number 3 on your paper. Okay, question number 4 on your paper is making inferences. Why was it important to create the reserve? So why was it important? What was the purpose? Why did they create the reserve? Not when, but why? Pause the video and answer question number 4. A leafy home. Many different animals, such as elephants, duikers, and patos, depend on the forest. Some of the animals make their homes in trees. Now, if you're not sure what a duikers or a patos is, then here's the pictures, right? So these pictures help us to understand what those animals look like. Many animals also rely on plants for food. Remember the okapi? It eats the leaves of plants that grow well in the dim light of the forest or the low light of the forest. It has a long tongue that rips the leaves off the branches. The Okapi Reserve has plenty of leaves for okapis to munch or to eat. So before we move on, we're going to answer another question. We're going to make connections. So question number 5. How does the okapi's long tongue help the animal survive? What does its tongue help it do to survive? And then question number 6. Name 2 ways the plants in the reserve meet animals' needs. So give me 2 ways that the plants, that are in the reserve, how do they help the animals? How do they meet the needs of the animals on the reserve? So answer question number 5 and number 6. A home for humans. People make their home in the Okapi Reserve too. Mbuti pygmies have been living in the rainforest for hundreds of years. According to one botanist, or a person who studies plants, Mbuti pygmies are walking dictionaries of nature. They understand everything about the forest and they rely on it for food, shelter, and clothing. Mbuti pygmies travel from place to hunt and fish. They don't just catch game, though, or animals. They also collect insects, seeds, fruit, and honey to eat. They make nets, arrows, and other necessities from forest materials like wood, bark, mud, and leaves. So before you move on, you're going to answer question number 7. And question number 7 is details. I want you to name 3 things that pygmies do in the forest. Tell me 3 things that pygmies do in the forest. Pause the video and answer question number 7. A brave botanist. Corne Iwango is a botanist who works on the reserve. He loves the forest and its plants and animals. In 1996, something terrible happened. A war broke out, or started, in Congo. Soldiers invaded the forest or came into the forest with force. They destroyed plants and killed animals. Many of the workers on the reserve ran away, but Iwango wouldn't leave. He knew he had to save the forest. I was afraid, he says, but I didn't have a choice. Iwango rushed to save what he could. He grabbed computers and buried data files, or computer files with information, in the forest. He packed thousands of plant samples in boxes. So plant samples are different kinds of plants. Friends kept the plants safe. Iwango hopped on a bicycle and carried other plants into a neighboring country. Because of Iwango, unique and valuable plants were saved. They would continue to grow again after the fighting stopped in 2002. So we're going to stop and answer another question, the details. Why did Iwango stay in the rainforest during the war? Why did he stay in the rainforest during the war? What did he do? Pause the video and answer question number 8. Then question number 9, we're going to make an inference. Remember, we're going to take what we learned in the text, what we already know in our background knowledge, and make a good answer or a good guess. Number 9, how do you know that Iwango is a brave person? How do you know he's brave? What did he do that would make him be brave? Answer question number 9. The future of the reserve. Today, the Okapi Reserve still faces threats or problems. Sometimes people destroy animals' homes. They chop down trees. Yet Iwango and other people work every day to solve these problems. Iwango believes that Congo needs more scientists to study its forests. He is working hard to train a new generation of students, so to teach new children about plants. He wants young people to understand and protect the Okapi Reserve and other rainforests in Congo. So your final question is on the details. I want you to name 2 problems that the Okapi Reserve has today. 2 problems that the Okapi Reserve has. And then you are done with this worksheet.